boy trying to experience what it feels like to be an adult, actually locked his parents and sister in a pit in the forest. To prevent friends and family from finding them, Peter picked up his parents' phones, mimicked their voices to decline all engagements. Then he drove his father's luxury car out of the garage, enjoying the thrill of driving for the first time. Afterward, he drove to an ATM in town, inserted his father's bank card, and withdrew $50,000 to fund his entertainment during this period. He planned to thoroughly experience adult pleasures in the coming days. Little did he know, just 3 days later, his mother's best friend showed up at the door. However, Peter had already prepared for this scenario. He lied that his grandfather had unfortunately passed away a few days ago, and his parents had taken his sister back to their hometown for the funeral. They wouldn't be back anytime soon. Since he had to attend makeup classes, he was left alone at home. Peter's lie was airtight. The woman didn't suspect anything. After successfully getting rid of his mother's friend, Peter finally remembered his family in the pit. He approached nervously. His parents asked Peter why he had done this. Surprisingly, Peter remained silent, casually tossing the fried chicken he brought into the hole. Then, ignoring his angry parents, he left the forest directly. Upon returning home, he set up his gaming console in his room, beginning his carefree gaming session. Meanwhile, the 3 people in the pit were trying to climb out. However, all their efforts were in vain, as the pit was incredibly deep, making it impossible to climb out with bare hands. His starving sister picked up the food, ready to eat, but was stopped by her father. In his view, this food was charity from Peter, and a person of dignity should never accept such handouts. But the hunger pangs in their stomachs forced them to eat anyway. At the same time, Peter was leisurely playing the piano at home. Despite the torrential rain outside, he remained completely unbothered. In contrast to Peter's current comfort, the 3 in the pit were suffering terribly. Since the opening wasn't completely covered, the downpour had left them soaking wet. It wasn't until the next day that Peter remembered his family in the pit. To prevent them from freezing to death, he thoughtfully brought clothes and blankets for the 3. His mother begged Peter to have mercy and let them go, but Peter still remained silent, dropping the items into the hole before walking away. Feeling bored at home, Peter invited a classmate to come over. The 2 played in the swimming pool, enjoying games without restraint, truly acting like adults, doing whatever they wanted, without any concerns or inhibitions. Later, they took ingredients from the refrigerator, imitating adults by preparing food. But because they were having too much fun, Peter had forgotten about his parents and sister in the pit. By now, the pit had run out of supplies. Starving to the point where their backs touched their chests, they could only eat rotten banana peels to stave off hunger. And what was even more awkward was using the bathroom. In this cramped, confined pit, whenever the daughter needed to relieve herself, the parents had to turn around and face the wall.